Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Even though Roman Reigns has just returned to WWE, Paul Heyman has been out since he was assaulted and decimated. A tweet was issued by him. When Paul Heyman was still decided to stay in WWE once the reign subsided. Subsequent to WrestleMania XL, he was unable to manage the company's actions independently. COA seize control and expel. Even if Jimmy USO hasn't made it back to the business, he instead drew in clients one by one. Jacob Fatu, Tatanga Tongaloa, and he elevated himself to the position of tribal chief. When Heyman denied his existence as Sokoa, the genuine chief of the tribe, was not tired of it and smacked him over the head. Adding spike to that, he was subsequently demolished by Jacob Fatu and everyone else involved, and someone from a different lineage who defeated him guided him to the table that had been announced. Reigns has now made a triumphant comeback to the business, but Heyman has avoided them. Throughout a recent interview, John Cena discussed throne and proclaimed victory. According to the data, he may have even superior to what Heyman has done since. Said on Twitter that John Cena was absolutely correct. Following that, he insisted that everyone recognize Roman Reigns as a ruler for any motive. He took down the tweet. Right away, details about John Cena gets it. The correct way to recognize our Hashish tribe leader. Wrestling's Roman Reigns is the genuine, verified hash goat of WWE. Heyman wrote Roman will be paired with Paul Heyman. When Paul Heyman returns, he reigns. When he does make his back to WWE, he will probably assume his role as the sage of. He has been very faithful to his performing this function, and it's likely that when he gets back, he'll keep on with it for the time being. Curious followers will have to be patient till they find out when he will. Paul Heyman is well known for being one of the craftiest brains in the business. Confronting a guy whose statements are significant, influence, authority, and affect his relationship with Roman, currently holds the title of WWE Universal Champion, advocate, and self-professed tribal. Among the most powerful people in the world, chief, collaborative efforts across the sector as a whole, they have devastated rivals, decimated challengers, ensured Reigns' position as the leading figure in WWE. However, not even the most unmovable are able to reveal fissures, particularly in cases of when pride and ego entered the picture. It was on Thursday night when Heyman was infamous with regard to his social media engagement into the wee hours of the morning, released a statement that caused shockwaves inside the WWE Universe. A straightforward but disturbing message. Even the most powerful empires crumble when their kings become comfortable. It was tweeted with an image of the Roman Empire from a recent airing of from his throne in SmackDown, like a chair smack dab in the heart of the arena. Among the remaining members of the family's lineage, relatives Jimmy and JUSO, as well as Solo, it was intended for the picture to represent the Reigns have assumed a new kind of supremacy. Significance in light of Heyman's enigmatic caption to those who have tracked the Reigns' ascent. Following Heyman's direction, the message was unexpected and unsettling. Heyman unwaveringly supported Reigns throughout, proclaiming him to be the leader of under one roof, including the all-time top winner of throughout history. The abrupt change in mood was disconcerting. The tweet, spent only a few minutes in bed before, was removed before to the wrestling match. Images were captured by the community. Started to wonder whether it had any significance. Word on the street was that Heyman was dissatisfied. Was a power struggle present with Riggs hidden inside the family tree, or was it only a little annoyance that passes rapidly? Felt bad for WWE fans forever after the investigators immediately started analyzing new happenings around. For the most part, SmackDown Reigns is more confident than ever before. almost to the point of pride. He had decided on a course of action without, after talking to Mon, the USO's worries with a palm out and had even shown an unusual outburst of fury on his alone, his quiet hitman. A small number of followers mistook Heyman's message for was an oblique way of telling Reigns that pride, if left unbridled, might cause him to collapse due to rampant speculation. Showcased WWE's official social media accounts. Accounts failed to respond, adding to the legendary Mon, whose powers have long baffled, is able to use any circumstance to his benefit, remained unusually silent as well, leaving his followers to question if this was a component of a broader plot or in the event that was an actual climate of a knees in the shadows. A night later on SmackDown, though, excitement was in the air. The performance began, with the other members of the family tree entering the ring. The air was electric with a new energy. In the background, a bewilderment among the followers who often, as it rained down with a combination of applause, a certain something seems to be awaiting the drink. Whatever could provide a pointer as to what was. What's really happening remains the same. With the microphone in hand, Champion spoke with WWE Cosmic Scale, the reports of seeing one that conjecture, the belief that they believe there's something wrong with my home. There are schisms in the family tree, yet I want to emphasize that this is whoever attempts to challenge my empire will be crushed. In response, the audience went into a frenzy, although it seemed like Reigns' voice had a hint of edge that had not been present before to his quick glimpse at, who remained steadfastly at his side, clutching the championship, same like every year, according to Paul Reigns. You've been there for me from the start, and you've seen my abilities, but you must also don't forget where you are, Heyman. Rowan, in a moment of terror going across his typically expressionless face, he swiftly nodded, and elevated to the position, elevated so that onlookers could see. Yet his relationship with Reigns changed. The unsaid tension lingered in the atmosphere as Reigns persisted in speech while establishing his authority over lineup for WWE and reassuring everyone of his served as the head of the tribe during the part, terminated Reigns' reign, and guided the lineage to come back, but not before throwing one last gazing at Heyman for an extended period of time. That implied, remember who's in? The pressure exploded as they raced backstage into the dressing room where the first reports came in, reporting that the feud between Reigns and Heyman, tense confrontation while hidden from view, hidden from the curious WWE cameras. Presumably, someone heard Reigns accusing deceitful Heyman, although so, implying that Mon was resisting. In the face of Reigns' growing dictatorial regime, strategy in the days after WWE's showed subtle hints about the expanding breakdown. Heyman's typical self-assurance attitude had taken on a hint of restlessness. He had ceased to be the smiling, represented the client's special counsel, planned downpours. Instead of triumphs, he became anxious, uncertain, as if he were always on the move, in a nervous state. All over the WWE champions are always ready to attentively observe each conversation for drama. As Reigns and Mon engage in baiting, some people thought that Heyman was hatching a scheme to join forces with